Hi guys, welcome to the Willow Bookshop and Lounge. We're here with Gloria Stinziano. We are the Vital Women from Washington Heights, living in Dutchess County, and we love that we're here with Laura talking about her book. We had a wonderful episode, and we just fell in love with the energy and your the stories that you're telling. So thank you for being part of this, and your family and friends are here, which is amazing.
Thank you all, really.
Yeah, and this is how it all starts, you know. Yeah. So how do you feel? Look at you.
I'm
did
overwhelmed right now. And when I saw my family walking, because they surprised me, it just blew me away. Because when I first walked in here and saw my books here, I'm like, I wrote that. You know, it's like it really hits you now to say I really did something, and I did something that was dear to my heart and something I needed to do for myself, and I needed to do it for everyone. And that's what this is about.
You wanted to tell your story,
Yes.
right? Authentic.
Yes.
A story. You wanted to tell a story.
Yes.
It made sense to you, right?
Right.
To share
Yes.
with other people, because you know it's good to share something that
It
makes
is.
you feel good.
It is.
Yeah. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you're all here. And
So beautiful people. You have good friends and family. You too.
Nice turnout. We just want to take a minute to thank our sponsor, Erin. Erin, please come and say hello to everybody.
Erin with Ashley.
Ashley.
And her beautiful dog, Ashley.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy
And I'm so happy to be
we're
here.
going through this together. This is new
Yes.
for you. This is
And
new for
right.
me. So
Right.
it's a
We're doing
learning
it together.
experience. Yes.
But interesting enough, I met Erin about 2 years ago, and this was a dream that you just spoke about, and you were just like, I think I want to do this,
Mhm.
and this is what you manifested. So at some point, you said, I think I just want to write a book, and
We
you
are.
manifested it. So we all are doing something that we're manifesting,
Right.
you know, and this
And we've all connected. So
Exactly.
you see how that goes?
it's time to manifest.
It's a small world.
Yeah.
All the synchronicities.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
welcome.
Yes.
Thank you for choosing my bookshop to register sign me.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we are going to open the floor for questions, but I just want to start off with one question, and I think we spoke about it earlier. There was one part in the book where it says, just get rid of it, you know, and I was like, wow, you know, that I felt so bad for Denise, you know, that energy right there was just like, you know, oh, sorry, that energy right there was like, you know, everyone can resonate with that story. So, you know, you want to talk a little bit about that character?
Yeah, I mean, Denise went through a lot of stuff, and as a teenager, she was in a relationship with someone, and yes, she did get pregnant. And the person she was with was angry, didn't want no part of it, was horrifying. And I mean, this has been going on for ages and ages. But I had to talk about it because it's devastating for a woman to have to go through something like that as having an abortion because someone else told them to. You know, so it wasn't easy to write about this because I hear a lot about this with other people and, you know, living my whole life knowing about a lot of these things. And my character it destroyed my character. And Denise had a lot of trauma due to all of that. And she had to live with that for a very long time. But it isn't something that, you know, women need to talk about. I think that we don't talk about it enough. And I think we need to because people don't talk about these things. They hold it in, they don't say it. But, you know, it causes a lot of trauma. And, you know, it's something that I feel that people need to understand when they read it to see what she went through during this whole process. So once you do read the story, you'll start to understand, well, what happened here? Oh my God, you know, like this is all the steps through a devastating experience for this girl and what she did and how she came out of it, you know. So it was very important for me to write about that.
Yeah, and you did good because we as women, we have to figure it out sometimes on how to figure it out because no one's really going to tell us sometimes.
No.
Give us a manual.
No,
you know?
we don't have a manual.
You know, we're born out of love. So we love from the very beginning,
Right.
you know, love our parents, love our sisters, our brothers. And
Everyone.
as we grow, then we get misled, you know, things happen. So it's important that you tell stories like this because then other people can read it and say, hey, you know, I'm not feeling well.
Exactly.
You know,
Right.
so I appreciate that.
Yeah, I
you
need
know,
people to
you bringing
understand
that
we're not alone.
character.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So just truly thank you because I feel like we need to know it. People don't talk about these things.
Because anyhow, they're taboo. They're not supposed to be talked
Right.
about. But if we have a better conversation with a group of women
Right.
and, you know, people that can really like get us, it'll be better.
Right.
You know?
No, it will. That's why I'm doing it.
Yes.
Because I feel like if you don't say it, no one's gonna know it, and now I need to say it.
And you have a community of beautiful people here, family members of beautiful, you know,
Absolutely. I
neighbors
don't know
and
what I would do
friends.
without them.
Exactly, that support your dreams. So you did good by just, you know, being you, writing the book and talking about stories that matter.
Right.
So thank you.
Thank you so much. You guys are a blessing. For-
Thank you,
Thank
Laura.
you.
for-
Thank
for
you.
connecting with
Pleasure to
me.
know you,
And you as
and
well.
thank you so much
You're
for
so
writing
welcome.
such a beautiful book.
Thank you. And thank everybody. You know, I don't know if everybody's started it, didn't start it yet, or have finished it, you know, or in the midst of it, but it's a lot. And you know, it's like it goes through a lot of things about a person and their person's life and all the trials and tribulations of the things they've gone through. And I want to help others by doing this because I feel like somebody, whatever it is that's in here, are going to relate to it in some way. Because I think somebody has had something happen to them in their life or someone they know that they could say, oh my God, yeah, wow. You know, I've had people coming to me and saying, I read your story, oh my God, they like, you helped me. Like I didn't see it until I saw it. You know, you have to see it. And then you have to feel it, right? And then you get rid of it.
Then you link in, right? And then you fix it.
And then you fix it. Exactly. So I just hope that it does what I intended it to do. I wanted it for a healing process for myself. It's a beautiful story. I mean, it you know, I don't know if anybody has finished it and they know, but I do have a sequel.
I'm excited.
And it's gonna take my Denise character. Whoa.
She's gonna be a super girl.
She's gonna be a Supergirl. Yeah, so I'm excited and I thank Erin for having me here and all of you for coming and being here for me. You don't even understand how much it means to me because I had a lot going on in my own life. And you know what? I kind of put it together in this story because I feel like people need to know there's always someone listening. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my God.
We talked about this months ago and it happened. It's happening, right?
Right, it's happening because without you too helping me, you know, it's giving me that opportunity to go further now with this. You know, I have things, you know, like I said, it was personal in a way because I felt like people needed to know certain things and get it out there. But I feel like, you know, hopefully it gets out there enough
Well, no,
that people read it and can say, wow, you know, I can do this too.
Please sign a copy for me.
Okay.
And after the floor is
Thank you.
open for further questions. If
I have a
anybody else
question.
has questions.
Okay, I'm here to answer anything you like. I can answer anything.
Yeah.
I know you can.
I love that. I
If
love
you
it.
can write a book, you can answer anything.
I love it.
Yes. Awesome. So, first of all, thank you, Laura, for sharing this milestone with us. This is a major achievement, so congratulations. I have two questions, actually. The first one is, I know that it takes a lot of courage and tenacity to expose one's hurdles, trials, tribulations. It takes a lot of courage. How long did it take Denise to kind of accept this exposure, public exposure?
A lifetime.
Hmm.
I mean, if you see when you read my character, she's in her 60s when she figures it out. I mean, she had bits and pieces and she had the tools. The tools were there, but the pieces weren't coming together. So it took the character till she was in her 60s to finally feel the pain, to start to release the pain. And then that was where the healing started.
Awesome, thank you. And then the next question is, now that Denise knows there's millions of eyes on her, how does she feel about it?
How does Denise feel about it?
Yeah.
She loves it. She wants people to understand her and what she went through. She wants people to understand this because she wants people to be able to understand themselves. Because people need healing. Some people don't even recognize it. They live their whole life without figuring it out. You know, and it's hard. And it's work. You know, healing's hard. And I feel like I wrote healing is hard, but living in hell is harder. You know, you need to do the work.
Yeah.
You need to do the work. And that's the hard part. And that's where people don't get it. They don't want to feel the pain. They don't. So they don't want to face it. So they just suppress it and they just sit with it forever. No. You don't have to. And that's what Denise is doing. Denise is showing you you don't have to live with it anymore. You can heal.
Thank you very much, Laura, for that. And I concur with everything you say.
Anybody else has,
Of course. To get a special pen, a quill.
Ooh, thank
And I'll
you.
take a
I really appreciate coming. Everybody, I love you all. I don't even know.
anybody else has questions?
Anybody else?
I might have a question. Yeah. Laura, hi.
Honey?
The denial period of what happens in her life. How soon does it actually? At what point in her life did denial pass? Where I guess you would say you couldn't she couldn't fight the. She couldn't just deny it anymore. Come to a point in her life when.
Right, when then it was enough. It was like, when am I gonna say to myself, like anybody, when is it enough? When it gets to the point where you feel like you cannot do it anymore. You know, so what I wrote about was showing that Denise got to a point where she was spiraling out of control. She didn't want to be here. You know, in my story, she was literally giving up. Like, I cannot have this in my mind anymore. I have to do something. So that's when she had to tell herself, I need to do something to get rid of this pain. The pain doesn't go away. It just sits there. So you have to piece it out. And I didn't write it in this story, but in my next one, I call it the Humpty Dumpty syndrome, and it sounds so crazy, and it probably is. It's funny because I'm sitting there with my granddaughter one day, and we're doing nursery rhymes, and then all of a sudden I'm going, the Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, right? Said, you know what? This really makes sense to me now. I'm going to write about this because Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall and he broke into pieces, and all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put him together because Humpty had to do it. You could have all the tools in the world, the therapists and the books, but if you don't take all those pieces and combine them together and do the work yourself and take each piece of that trauma and feel it, feel the pain of it, you're not going to heal. It's going to just stay there. So the Humpty Dumpty syndrome is what I call it. Put the pieces back together again. You have to do the work, and it's hard.
That's life. That's life in general.
Exactly.
Every aspect of life.
It's life in general, and sometimes people can't face it. You know, they don't want to. They can't look at it for what it really is. They keep it inside and they hide it. But if you want to feel better and you want to go on with your life is too short to sit there and dwell and say, oh me, oh my. No. We need to move on. We need to fix what bothers us. We need to fix us. And that's how we can come together like this and say, you know what, I'm not doing it no more. You know, I need to tell people, you can fix yourself. I'm looking into being a trauma coach. I know I can do it. I know it. You know, and it's just the fact that people have to want to do it. You can't make anybody do what they
You
don't
can't
want to do.
procrastinate. A lot of people
No.
procrastinate too. That's the thing. You want
Right.
to do something and then it's hard to move onward because you don't know how to start.
Right.
You know, starting is big. It's,
Right.
it's hard.
It's
you know,
hard.
but you got to start somewhere.
You do. And that's when you take your little pieces and you put them together.
Yeah, like
So you say,
Humpty Dumpty.
okay, let me look at my life. What is this that hurt me? What is this that bothered me? And dissect it and look at it for what it really was and for what really happened to you. You know, there's things that happened to me. I mean, my book is fictional and I'm talking about Denise, but I've lived through a lot of these things. You know, so the thing is that I know I can talk from experience. And that's why I wrote this, because I need people to understand that people can move forward. People can move on and feel good and be happy and have a healthy life. You know, suicide bothers me. I see people doing it and I'm like, I was there myself. Like, I understand it and I know. And I'm like, no. People need other people. And if I have to be that person, then I am.
People need other people. That's it.
You
That's
know?
it. Community.
Right.
Community
Right.
gives you that
Right.
love.
Exactly.
That you need.
Support, the
That
support.
support.
Yes, we all need to do this. We all need to be together. You know, talking, oh, who she did this and he did that. No, we all need to be together. We need to help each other, really. If you're not feeling well and you're sick and no, come, I'll talk to you about it. You know, let's talk. Let's talk. We need to talk.
Communication is key because then we're all can be on the same page.
Right. Holding it in, no. You need to get it out. Nobody wants to talk about things. I get it. It's hard. But you have to do the work, and you can. And that's where I'm going with this, is that I feel better than I ever did in my whole entire life. I'm 66 years old. The healing is, you don't even know. That's why I'm here. I need to tell you that. You know? It's you.
Well, this is when you let go of what no longer serves you because you're
Yes.
not in your head about it. Because
Exactly.
if you stay in your head, it's just gonna make you get worse.
Right.
You know, get old and mean.
No.
It's
There's
gonna pull you
things to
down.
do, and I gotta do them. And I'm not sitting around no more.
No, girl, old ain't definitely gonna get you. That's for sure.
And I got all my
I
support
was
people
good.
here.
Yes.
Oh
This
my
is
God.
beautiful. God bless you all.
But no, really and truly, I don't. I am so blessed right now, I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
I never felt this good about what I have right now.
Well, you have a support. These are
Right.
family and friends here for you. We believe in you. Erin is here. We're all here. This is like a big family gathering when you look at it.
That's what I feel.
We're all chilling.
That's what we're all chilling. Right?
In
So-
Erin's living room.
Erin's living room.
And Erin, it's Erin. She's over here.
Yeah.
I just have a little question. I haven't read the book yet, and I read the summary and I can't wait to read it. But is there a brief summary besides what's written on the back that you could share with us, like from the beginning to the end, where your character developed from, where is the location, like just a little plot summary so I can say, oh, this takes place in.
Right.
Is this in New York? Is it? I didn't know. I mean,
Right.
I know that's a minor thing, but I feel like I can give.
No, I can give you the briefing and how it
Yes.
starts and how it goes. So
Great.
it starts off in a childhood Bronx neighborhood.
Okay.
You know, the child was brought up in the Bronx, in the city, and it goes upon her entire life. So it shows her as a child and things that happened to her as a child that were traumatizing,
Okay.
devastating. You know, it talks about emotional neglect. It talks about abuse. It talks about physical abuse, narcissistic abuse, and other things that are just horrifying. And how this person transforms through it. So it just starts from her childhood all the way up into her adult, and it's showing how this person heals and what happens along the way.
Beautiful, thank you. And I can share it with my customers because everybody loves local authors.
And it's about mental health and trauma. And in this day and age, mental health is huge. People are not getting the help they need. You know, and me seeing that what I did for myself, that people can do this, that's why I did this. People need to understand the story. The story goes through a lot of things and it explains it. It explains everything.
I love that.
Let's do the book club.
Right,
book
and that's
club at the
another
store.
thing. A
I'll
book
put it
club
up
would
for
be
September.
wonderful
Yeah.
because if people read it, they want to ask questions and what do you mean about this? And oh, okay, you know, I mean, I'm here to explain it. Nobody's better to explain something to somebody who's walked the walk.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you.
And all of this is possible because Mental Health America is our sponsor. Andrew Grady has made it possible for the Vital Women of Washington Heights to have this podcast. And because of the podcast, we met beautiful Laura. And we're so happy and pleased to feature her book tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming and giving her the love and support that she needs.
Thank you.
Thank you.